All right. Hey, everybody, and welcome back. I'm having a little trouble with YouTube today. It's giving me a really hard time, but I wanted to show you guys I'm wearing my new Halloween pajamas just because I can. So everyone can hear me, everyone can see me. I had a problem with the chat. I had a problem starting it. There was commercials that I can't fix, but what are you going to do? So, working with it. So today, it's awesome. Good morning, good morning. Yes, sound. All right, Judy Quilt, thank you. Um the dime on the house project. And it's really cute today. And I've come up with a couple of ideas. The best way I think to do it would be to use your cutter. But I kind of ran out of time because I was messing with YouTube for so long that I didn't do it. So I came up with something else that we can work on for sure. So we have Isabel, we have Diane. I have to look over here because I don't have it on here. So I guess I could move over a little bit. There we go. What else? Who else? I saw Leah, Chris Yost, Carolyn Bowser. Let's see who else. Jude Messenger. Good morning, Sue. Millie and I say hi from Kansas. Hi, Millie. Hi, Millie. Millie's good. Marjorie Hirschberger. Good morning. Good morning. Rhoda. Hello. Hello. I think we have a birthday girl in the house too. I wonder who that could be. Maybe one of the Pink sisters? Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. I'm just joking around. I know. It's Shannon's birthday today. So, happy birthday, Shannon. Awesome. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. I just thought I should have had something really pink to do for you, but I'm not that good. YouTube. Blame it on YouTube. All right, so let's go to the desk view here. I take myself off of it because you could still see my jammas. Isn't that funny? Anyways, made me super happy. So we are making a card and we are going to be doing different things on it. Now, I read the instructions today. 2 thumbs up for Sue. And the piece that you need is 4.5. So I thought a charm square or scraps that it's going to be absolutely perfect. So I picked some out. Now, I don't have any fancy, Christmas cardstock. I do, but it's upstairs and I wasn't going to go upstairs. So I am just going to use plain white. And there's a lot of different things you can do with it. So, you can put on fabric. We're going to put fabric on the inside. There's a lot of things we can do. So, how are we going to get the sweater cut out? Okay, so you can print. And that's what I did here, and then cut it out. This comes right with the instructions. Or you could be fancy schmancy and use the peel and stick, which is what I'm going to do today because I want to show you how easy it's going to be. Now, there's things, if you don't want to do the ugly sweater, never use a fabric scissors, just saying. If you wanted to do the ugly sweater but not Christmas, you can do it. I am not going to do these parts. I don't actually like them too much. But let me grab my scissors again because I want to be able to... You should be able to, doing it this way, you will be able to fussy cut. Now, because it's only a 1/2 inch... on each side, it's really not going to work very well for fussy cutting. So look, I just pulled out some Christmas charm squares, and the idea of an ugly Christmas sweater is that it's ugly. So big, bold print, I might do that one or this one, but you don't have to. You can make it a pretty sweater too, you know, for sure. Just dropping in to say hi, I'm at a sewing retreat. Oh, that's awesome. Well, hello. Phyllis, hello, good morning. Thank you for sharing. Much appreciated. Elizabeth, good morning. Good morning. Thanks for stopping in, Karina, and I hope you're having a great time. For sure. Cindy King, hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Judy Quilt, so best wishes to Mr. Quilt, of course, as always. Bonnie, good morning. Good morning. So thank you, everyone. Shannon says, well, you know, birthdays are cool. For sure. I hope you have a nice day. Judy says, so nice to see your beautiful face instead of your nice nails. You know, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. So, but I wanted to be able to get in close so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. So I just moved it in close, and I can't do that really with my face on it. So that's a little bit fuzzy, but that's okay. We're in close. So the peel and stick, the printout, this stuff, template, print and stick. I was close, right? It's really cool, and it just goes on the printer, so it's easy to do. I just throw a sheet in, and look, this is what I wanted you guys to see. You can, well, okay, you can't really see that, can you? It's not, I should have changed the color on it. Oh, you can see it a little bit. And you can position it and reposition it and use it again. So keep the paper that it came on, and we will just pick something out. That what do you guys think of this one? Maybe, but you don't have to make it ugly, but you can. I think something a little bit like that might be ugly enough. If I had more of this one, I would use it, because with the stripe down it, I'd like that to go down the middle, but you can see it's not going to work. It'll be one sleeve, a different color, which, you know what, might not be quite so bad. Let's see. So this makes it easier to fussy place it. Like, super easy, because you can see right through it. So you can see where it's going to be. So I'm going to redo it, reuse it. And I want to get it. Yeah, there we go. I got it. So how easy is that? I think that's pretty cool. So let's go. And I'm back. A little further away, colors are better. So you could see how I did that. Hopefully you guys can see that. Isn't that a great idea? You can't really see the lines. I should have made them darker. Now what do? Well, you're just going to cut it out. Shouldn't you have printed the sweater on it so you can cut out the lines? It is printed on it. You guys just can't see it. So it looks exactly like this. So this is just regular paper. You could print this one out too. I didn't, but you can, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So what I'm going to do is just cut outside of the line a little bit. I'll do the same thing on this one. I don't have any tacky spray though, but I can use just about anything else. So I can see the lines, you guys can't. And if you're careful enough to cut properly, then it's going to be perfect and reusable. So you just want to cut just outside the line, so the next one that you do is going to be good. But see how easy it is? So next one that you cut out, you want to make sure that you don't cut any more of the target paper, because then you're going to start getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So look, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I love it. So then what we're going to do, I got to remember my head's there. Look, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? All right. You could see from the back too. So I was able to fussy cut it a little bit, and I could probably sit here and do this all day. So I'm just trying to get the target paper off. And I did. So you can hear it just pull off. And look at that. That is our sweater. And what we're going to do is we're going to be placing it like this on the, now I'm a little bit off there. Let's see how much of a difference it'll make. We're going to be putting it on the card. Now you don't have to make a card. There's a lot of different things that we can do with this, right? But I think that it is really easy to do it this way. I would encourage everyone to grab this print and stick paper. I lost my little square, so I'm just going to stick it over there. So, same thing. Oh, there it is. Ha, the shiny bit, because then you can do this. And I have a drawer and a container for these, just for these like this. So if I wanted to do next year an ugly Christmas sweater, I have it right here. I don't have to do recutting, and I just make a pile of them. It's pretty easy. So now this one, just regular paper, and I'm gonna like just crappy cut it out so I don't have, I call it hacking. I'm gonna hack it out. Doesn't have to be nice. Now you should be able to see through it, but at least you guys can see the colors, right? Gotta make sure I'm in the right spot. And now look how I'm cutting just outside the line. So a tiny bit, I don't know what the measurement would be, but just a tiny bit. If you cut through the lines, now they're red here, but a little bit hard to say, but see rather, if you do, and it's not too bad, just leave it or put a piece of tape over it and try to recut it so it'll be better. So just a tiny bit. So that way, when you're cutting it out on the fabric, if you accidentally take some of the paper off, you are not going to be running into anything, which is nice. Now, this is basically raw edge applique because, you know, we are stitching on a card. So you don't want all the satin stitches. What do you think's going to happen if we put satin stitches over it? Because it's a lot of stitches and a lot of density. It won't be nice. It won't be a nice thing. And then put a little temporary spray on the back of it. Or if you don't have that, you can use Elmer's glue. And it's a little bit harder to fussy place it. But you know, you could get a good idea, but seriously, easy. Isn't that fun? So tape, glue, whatever you want. It's easy. I'd put maybe Scotch tape around it. So let me, now, like I said, I don't have the right stuff, because I don't have any more temporary glue. Temporary spray, and I really like it. I don't use it all the time, but I really like it nonetheless. So let's see how well I can do it this way. So I'm always going to keep my finger on it, always going to keep it. I really don't want it to move. See the focus I have? Do you see my focus? I'm focused. And it moves a little bit, but just try to be careful. It doesn't have to be perfect because it is ugly, right? It is ugly. It is ugly. Just ugly. Now there is writing on this one, but you don't have to do it. It says you're invited because Eileen Roche designed it to be like a party invitation, which is super cute, right? I think it's cute. But I also wanted to mention that you don't have to use Christmas stuff because you don't have to do the writing. You don't have to do any of that. You can just have a nice, easy, easy, easy. A nice, oh, look, that's ugly. What do you guys think? That's ugly enough. All right, so I have two, and I want to see which works better. And I'm quite certain it's the print and stick one. They're a little bit different. Maybe I didn't cut this. The sleeves seem a little bit off. So I don't know which one is the good one or the bad one. But you know what? Absolutely just take your time. Use your cutter. Work with what you've got. You don't have to have the... Oh, I did. You don't have to have the fancy tech, guys. You can do it this way. This is something I do sitting in front of the TV, maybe, that you can just, you know, put a really good light on yourself and just sit there and cut. I often do tedious stuff like that. So I just trim that up a bit because it's a little bit off because I was just basically doing it freehand. So, and plus, again, I'm not worried because it's an ugly sweater. So, and of course, with everything we do, it doesn't have to be perfect. So you can keep this and we'll see how that one turns out. We'll see how that one turns out. But a few other ideas. Let me check. Let's see. What are people saying? Suzanne, good morning. Just seeing if there's any questions. Hit the like button. Yes, please. Yes, please. I would trace it. Yes, you can do that and use a friction pen. That's another fantastic idea, Judy Quilt. There's lots and lots of ways that you can do this. So whatever works best for you. Personally, I would put a whole ton of these on my cutter and set them up and just do a whole bunch. That would go pretty quickly, but if you don't have to have a cutter, if you don't have one rather, then, you know, this is pretty easy. So, other ideas. Nobody says it has to be an ugly Christmas sweater. You can do Halloween prints. Now, some of the Halloween prints can get nice and ugly, so why not an ugly Halloween sweater? Why not? Don't you think that would look... Yeah, I could do it. I could do it. I like my Halloween pajamas better. Then I have some different kinds of fabric. Now, this is Tula Pink, of course, because we all know how much I love Tula Pink. And they're just scraps. So if I wanted to do one, because this is kind of like Christmas tree-y to me. This is really ugly. Now these are just scraps from a quilt I made, a quilt kit. So look, I'm going to take my sweater and just plunk it on there. So it's fleece and it's nice. And what I really like about it is keep using the same template. Just keep using it. But maybe I'll do one of these. I know you guys probably don't want to see me. I'll do it really quickly. Just sit and cut out things. But you know what? It's good practice for your applique. So if you're a good applique cutter, then, you know, you can do it. Now, you can also cut this in the hoop. You just have to do one of the colors twice. So there is a placement line. You could do the placement line so you know where you're putting your fabric. And then, whoops, see, I cut into it. Pay attention, Sue. And then go back, put your fabric on, go back and do it again and then cut it out. Not sure how well that'll work because it's on paper, but you know, you can always try. Again, whatever works for you. It's not rocket science. It's an ugly sweater. It's meant to be ugly. So we're not going to worry about it. So the next thing would be the hoop. Hooping. How are we going to set this up? Well, I happen to have a peel and stick hoop, 6x10, which is absolutely fantastic. And I do use it. I do use it. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. My long nails. I didn't redo my nails. Apologies. They're the same. All right, it sticks a little bit better to this. It's not like never going to come off. So there we go. Going to be 80 degrees. We had a lovely day the other day. Yesterday, day before. All right, it is a bit stickier with the fleece, and you can see some of it gets stuck behind, but that's okay. You can still do it, and it's still sticky. It's still sticky. So I'm going to put that back for future use, and see how wonderfully ugly that is? I think it's great. I like it. So, yeah, you could do solid colors if you wanted. You could do anything. Scraps, like I said, would be absolutely perfect. So now I have, or I had, 3 sweaters. Where are my other ones? Oh, right there. They didn't go far. So look, I have my 3 ugly Christmas sweaters. So we'll see which one we like best on the card. And these are just my charm squares. I think it works particularly well, and I don't want to lose my template, so I'm putting it all in a pile, kind of giving myself some room. Oh, this is something I thought of. What about beautiful batik? Why not? I thought that would look great. Look at the colors in it and whatever. I mean, I think it would look pretty and ugly at the same time. So, what are the options for the hoop? Well, I'm going to do the sticky hoop because I have one and it's super handy. So we're going to turn over the hoop. You can see I've used it, which is awesome. Now, what if you don't have one? Well, you could put tearaway or cutaway, and then you can use the temporary spray or the glue or whatever you want really to hold it down. Tape would be fine, but you're gonna have to pick it off after. So there we go. This is how I like to do it because the paper is cut exactly to fit. So I kind of think that's groovy. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want to make sure it's covered. So this is how you do this one. Now it's a bit off, but I am not going to worry. Nice and soft on this side. Just push it down a little bit. And then I just took my plain cardstock and I folded it in half. It's just this. Just like this, see? It's like a Muppet mouth. And it's going to stick right on it. Now, you want to make sure that when you're doing it, this is how the card's gonna look. So I usually put a little mark on the front so you don't get it mixed up, and make sure that my front is facing front. So we can adjust everything, but that's how I would do it. And this piece here, make sure it's out of your way. So if you have a big bed like my Luminaire, you'll be okay with it, but just try to keep it out of your way. I guess really we could put this like this, but or not, or we could, hey, that's an idea. You could put it like this and turn it, rotate it, because I think that would look good. Okay, like that. So again, lots of different ways. How heavy does the cardstock need to be? I don't know the numbers, but it's thick. You can get cardstock is its own definition. So I do have cards. It's what you use for making cards. I think if it's any thicker, it probably wouldn't matter. So as long as you don't use regular paper, I don't think that has enough guts for it. So the other great thing about the sticky hoop is that, I've repositioned it quite a few times. So I don't have the markings on it, so I'm going to guess. So again, this is going to be my front. So I have a little crinkle in it. This is going to be my front. So this is how the card's going to go. So we want to make sure we do that right. Sometimes it's hard to envision, but it's going to be like this. So front, there we go. So we kind of want this in maybe the middle. And if you do it crooked, don't even worry, man, because it's, again, an ugly Christmas sweater. Give it a nice press down, have all your stuff ready. Now, let's go over to the machine and get this going on. What do you guys think? Awesome. Before I start, are there any questions? Never seen the sticky hoop. It's exciting. It's actually really cool because, let me show you. Let me go back to my desk, because when you are done stitching, you pull it out and it's only going to take with it this shape. And so you take another piece and cut it into a square and stick it on the back to cover up the hole and do it again. So that's all you need to do. How cool is that? Seriously, that is awesome. So if you're doing a whole bunch of these, you just made your life a whole lot easier. And I like that. I like that. Now we're going to play with the Luminaire a little bit. I don't play with the bells and whistles quite enough. However, I'm thinking stuff is going to show up really, really well on this. So let's try it now. I haven't even called it up. I sent it. I use Embrilliance to send it. Why do I use Embrilliance? Because it always works. Always, always works. I can rely on it. It just makes it easier. So we've got lots of different colors in here. I'm going to be skipping stuff. I'm going to be skipping stuff on this. So I'm not going to do everything. Now, it doesn't matter what color you're doing. I have purple in right now, so I might leave it. But let's use what we can. So I'm going to use the... There you go. And you can't really see it. Sometimes it does that with the lines, but let me change color. Now you can really see that. That's cool, but you can't see the outline. So let's try this. It's just, you can see that one. It's just something how the machine sees it. The camera, rather. So you guys can't really see that, but maybe we'll do a scan. I can, and you guys can basically. The first thing we're going to do is turn it. You could stitch it like that, but we're going to turn it so it's upside down. And then all I have to do to place it is just move it a little bit. So let's see. Yeah, move it up a little bit maybe. It could go, it depends. If you're putting writing up here, now remember this is the top. You could put something on it, masking tape to say top, and place it where you want. So I'm going to go back to my layout here and let's see what I can do here. I could scan it. Let's do that. There we go. So just with the built-in camera, it literally only takes a second to do this. So yeah, it's easy. So everyone understands about the front and back, right? Because it can get a bit confusing, but if you take it easy and understand what you're doing, you will figure it out. So just be patient with yourself. Now, this is a little bit hard to see on my screen because it's white on white. So if you had other, colors, it would, for the background instead of white. The camera does not like white. It changes the white balance in it. So if you've ever wondered why, the color kind of changes, well, that's why. So I'm just going to play around with the scan. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. You can place your template, the one with the lines on it. You can place it and then just move your machine to where it lines up. Super easy, super de-do. Let's try this again because I don't use it often enough. And there we go. So this is how I'm kind of checking placement. Yeah, What do you guys think? Could go over a smidgen, maybe. There. It moves quite nicely. So just get it where you want. You know, you could measure and fold. You can kind of see that. I think the gray was better for you guys. Not so much, huh? There we go. Now you can see that. I think that's cool, actually. So, I can see it. The outline is purple, and it's there. You could also maybe put it on a little bit of an angle like that. Now you can see the "you're invited." Now I'm not going to be stitching that. Why don't we do it on an angle? And then we have room here to write. And what you could do is put this in your Cricut or your Brother Scan and Cut, and you could handwrite on it. Scan and Cut would probably be better for it, but or easier, but I don't know. So I'm going to put it at an angle like that because I think that would look good. Never be afraid to think outside the box, right, guys? Right? So I should check here for problems. Cardstock to use at times. Yes. Glue. Yeah, you can do that. Love the tie-dye look. Yeah, it doesn't look like that to me. It's perfectly clear. It's just how the cameras read it. I have quite, complicated cameras. So, yeah. Any questions? Since your hoop is so big, you could place the card the other way. I know I could. But what I'm doing here is also showing you guys, if you don't have such a big sticky hoop, how to do it in a smaller hoop, because you only need this size. So pretty sure that fits in a 4x4 or 5x7. So you just want it out of the way. Now my machine is big enough this way. I could have turned it, left it hanging out. I could have done it that way. But yeah, you could just plunk the whole paper down on it. It would be fine that way. So a little bit of an angle. Let's stitch this out so you guys can see it. So be prepared when you're doing this that it sounds weird. So your machine isn't, gonna suffer or anything. So it just sounds weird. So I think that's pretty good placement. Now we get to play. So it's an E-stitch on the outside. And I just might leave that purple. I'm going to pull this back. Again, the color goes funny because of the white balance. It's trying to make it better, but it's not better. Look at that. I love it. Now that's pretty tacky, guys. So this is one. This is, let me turn it around for you, I guess, just make sure. So that was one. It's just a pretty good camera shot that I'll leave it. So this is two. And it's off a little bit, but it'll catch. So let me show you one again. Oop, oop. Come on, thread. What do you guys think? That's one, two, and then the fleece. So number 3 is the fleece. And I'm gonna have to do a little bit of trim in there. For some reason, I missed the bottom of it every time. So let me know in the comments, 1, 2, or 3. And I'll change the thread color to go with it. And I think it'll be cool. I don't know, I kind of maybe like that one. So we'll just leave that there for a second. What do you guys, okay, Jennifer Alexander says 1, Diva says 3, and 3, 3, 3. Yes, well, 3's winning so far, guys. I think it's cool. I really think all of them are cool. Play with it. I mean, I think it's nice. 3333. Oh, 2 is hideous. Thank you, Judy. That's funny. That's really funny. It's supposed to be hideous. It's an ugly Christmas sweater. Okay, so it seems number 3 has won. So I'm going to take my other ugly guys and save them for the next one. So it could be a party of invitation. It could be anything what you write on it. Like I said, you can put it back in and in your scan and cut, and scan and cut it. So I have a couple of ideas for thread, and I moved my cabinet, so you guys will have to give me a second. If you can guess what my ideas are, I'll be right there. I keep everything in one spot. I know I'm far away. So, couple of choices. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just came up with it right now. So, we can do metallic, and if you guys didn't guess I was going to do metallic, you must be new, because of course. Or gold. So red metallic or gold metallic. It's up to you guys. So red or gold. Red or gold. And I have my saran wrap around this one. So it doesn't look like this. This is what happens. Can you see it? What a disaster. So red thread to match or black thread to stand out. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Ooh, neon green. And you know what? Because it's Halloween, I have the neon green out. It's out. So I have it handy. So what are we thinking? Red, 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 red. Judy Quilt says black, and I actually like that idea too. Judy Quilt says, Lynn, what do you think about pink? I do have a neon pink. I mean, that would make it quite ugly. Is it supposed to be party or ugly? Yes. I'm just going to say yes, because it could be whatever you want it to be. I'm doing ugly. So, yeah. Hot pink would be awesome. Yes. Where's pink? All right, Jackie Cheek, I will get pink. Something like this. What do you guys think? My exquisite thread is always easy to find. So pink. Purple. I just took my purple off. You guys are funny. Neon green. Jennifer Alexander says neon green. I kind of think that's gonna be ugly, so I'm gonna pick that one. You guys have great ideas though. Judy Quilt, I do like the black. I think it would really stand out. But we're gonna do this green, and everyone knows what this green is. I use it all the time for Halloween, and I have quite a few spools of it because it is one heck of a color, man. It really is. So threaded the green. I just made a decision there. So now, how are we going to secure this down? Because I'd be afraid it's going to move. So we need to do something. So if you have a little bit of temporary spray, do that. If you have a glue stick, that is just as easy and not expensive at all. I usually buy, a couple packs on them, but can you see how this will move and mess it up? So you really need to do something. So, what do you guys think? Do I have any glue? I do. It's nice having everything handy, for sure. I am liking that. Or like a glue pen. This is my crafting department here. So this is what I use to re-sticky my mats, and this is just crafting glue. So let's try one of them. A glue stick, I think, would be better because it's not as wet. You don't want to overdo it. You just want it to stick. So work with what you got. I always say sticky. Ooh, you know what else you could do that would be 100 times better? The fusion stick. That would work really well. It would keep the edges of your sweater nice, and then it just sticks on it. So I think that would be the best. So I'm just gonna put a little bit. I'm not you can hopefully see the blue there. Now you can. I don't want it to be a mess, and this stuff is quick drying. It's called Zig. So let's see how it works. I've used it, but again, for resticking the mats after you clean them eventually. The mats for the cutters. So that dries clear. I can see the blue through it, but it does dry clear. So it will be fine. And that's going to hold it just dandy, I think. Okay, people, are we ready for this? Oh, my fingers are all sticky. That stuff works, man. Are we ready? Are we ready for the green? I think so. So, yeah, that works out. A little bit of glue, just make sure it does dry clear. Oh, that's terrible. I love it. Now, my cutting is a bit off. This one I did freehand, but I don't care. I think it's gonna look great. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, again, you don't want to do a satin stitch on this. When you're doing cards, it's just a light stitch. So that part's way off. I may be able to trim it, or I may just leave it. So, perfect. So then, if you were going to go ahead and do it the way it was designed, there's 2 more little appliques, and you get a placement, and you get everything for it. Super easy. And then there's writing. So you could easily change the writing to, you know, Merry Christmas and make it your Christmas card. Or Halloween, Happy Halloween, all that kind of stuff. I was going to zoom in. Sorry about that. I kind of forgot. But we're going to go back to the desk, and I'm going to show you guys a couple of tricks that will make it super easy. So this part is a little bit off for my liking, so because it's the fleece, I can do a couple things with it. Here we go. We're going to pull this off, and now the way I'm going to do this, you guys will love this. This is the benefit of the sticky, because it does come off and it is sticky. Now I'm going to be careful doing this. All you do is this. You might be able to do it better than I have. But then you're left with a hole. And this was what it looks like on the back. But we're going to put a piece of fabric there. Glue on a piece of fabric. This is how it looks on the front. So, I think that's pretty cool. Can you guys see the green? Yeah, it's pretty ugly. So then all we have to do is take another piece. So pretend this is another piece. And cut it and put it on, and it's going to stick, and you can do it all again. It is not moving, so you can do it. So then you can get out of 2 sheets, you could get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, say 6 cards with 2 pieces of backing. So I think that works out. If you're going to take a break, this is what I do. I just put it shiny side down and leave it like that, because then everything won't accidentally stick to it. So I like this. I like this. You could, like I said, easily put some words in there. I think maybe a gold Merry Christmas, or, you know, even do it weirdly like this. Or on the sleeve, you get really fancy. And you could handwrite it, the writing on it. You're invited on here was a great idea. So awesome. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this? And the ideas and the sticky hoop. I think the sticky hoop is the best. If you're going to do a whole bunch of them as Christmas cards, sit there and cut out all your sweaters, be it ugly or beautiful, whichever you want. Use the sticky hoop, rip it out like I did, and keep going. And fast and easy to do. I think it's really cool. Now, this part, when you open the card, you don't really want that. So we have a couple of options. You can simply do this. I mean, it's good enough. And just kind of use your glue or whatever to do it like that. You could have put a piece of fabric on the back, slipped it under, and then you could trim it out so there would be another ugly sweater on it. That would have been easy to do, and then it's covered up. Or you can take a little more fabric and, cut it nicely and do it like this. And then this would be the inside of the card, and you would never know. And people have a hard time guessing. So that's a lot of ideas. I think if I was doing another one, I would probably put the piece of fabric behind it and have at least the outline of it and have it hold on. So lots and lots of ideas. And I really think it's a lot of fun to do. I have a nice sparkly thing, so Merry doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It's just, oh, and you can't see that because of the white. There you go. So I just used a sparkly pen. I could put this pen, I have a thing to make it work, but I could put this pen in my Brother Scan and Cut and just do it one. It's awesome. A family photo at the back of the sweater. Now that would be perfect. And yes, very good idea. Leah, another piece of cardstock in a different color or the same. So if you did, cardstock like I have, fold it in half, cut it down here, and then glue that piece on, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, or you would. You could also do felt, fabric, felt, anything. So there's a ton of options for this. It's super easy to do. You know what else you could do? You could make a real fancy card by cutting out more cardstock for the lettering. There's a lot on Cricut. There's a million things on Cricut that you could do that, and you just glue them on and make your own one of a kind, completely yours, completely designed. Try something different on each card and then pick your favorite or whatever you want. Writing, handwriting, do it yourself. Cut it out with Cricut, glue it on, or write it with your, see, I have Old English. I have an extra on mine, and I have Old English with a chiseled edge, so you'd have the thick and the thin. So that's probably what I would do, and it's super easy. It's made for, paper, so you just get the mat, plunk it on there, make sure it's straight, scan it if you want, place it, done. It's easy. Use vinyl and cut out the letters. Yes, vinyl would be problem solved. You can even, with the vinyl, you could even put, so for this one, different shapes, and then put your ugly sweater over it. So kind of like artsy. So picture if this was behind it, right? How good that would look. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And you can put more than one. Just move it over and stitch it. Because I think that right there would look fantastic. I like it. And it'd still be the green. So tons and tons of ideas. Thank you, Tammy. That was a great idea. A piece of Christmas wrapping. Oh, yeah. Nice idea. And that's easy, too. It's easy. And you could just put a little bit of glue and it would be bright and shiny. So, I think this is a clever idea. And again, it doesn't have to be Christmas and it doesn't have to be ugly. You don't have to make it ugly. You can make it whatever you want. So it's wonderful. So I'm glad you guys could see my pajamas. This is, seriously just me. Putting on my pajamas. A sweater shop. Yeah, there you go. I like the 3 sweaters, says Sharon. I actually really like that. And you know what? It only takes like literally 2 minutes to do this part. If you like the extra trim on the sweaters, then feel free to do that. I like them just plain so that the ugly or kind of cool fabric shows through. Felt, anything you guys can think of, that's how you're going to do it. And try different things, try different fabrics. Doesn't have to be ugly, but it sure is fun when it is, that's for sure. Sticky hoop or not sticky hoop, use tape, masking tape, so it doesn't stick to the paper. And the sky's the limit with this one, and it's fast. See, I really like this, and I would cut out or write the lettering, have the cutting machine do it. Merry Christmas, done. I think it's neat. Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I think this is a fantastic idea. Super fun. Make sure you post your ideas, what you come up with. Think outside the box, way outside the box. Thanksgiving. If you have Thanksgiving fabric, you could do Happy Thanksgiving. What about doing it as a place setting like this? You could cut it in half or, to make it fit, but putting their name on it and it's their place setting. So many ideas. It just works with scraps, with your charm squares. I think it would be really cool to put charm squares through the cutter and have them match but different the way they are. So if there's any questions, you guys can go to the OML Embroidery University Facebook group and ask there. This is a free design from Dime. Make sure you put it up so we can all see your work and really have a lot of fun with it. I actually really did. I think I found out what looks best, and it's the 3 of them, so they all show, and I think it's fantastic. Add a little bit of bling, not too much, but it's wonderful. So make sure you post them. I really want to see what you guys come up with. I may do another one and just have fun. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like this video, hit the like button, and have fun. Have fun, please. This is great. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone. Bye. Happy Halloween, too, by the way. Ooh, make sure you watch me on Dime from Thursday. It was a lot of fun, but yeah. So, there we go. We're done.